Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is the spice of life. It is the key ingredient. It's the magic potion we have right at our fingertips to creating a beautiful, magnificent life for ourselves. It's the key to attracting more abundance into our life. It's the key to attracting opportunities into our life. When we live in gratitude for what we already have, this allows the universe to bring in more for us to be grateful for. But we live in such a lack mentality, especially when we're going through certain things or when we suffer from anxiety, depression, or any mental health issues. We tend to live in this bubble and we tend to concentrate on what we don't have rather than what we do have. And I understand this. I've been there. And I understand what it's like to live in that grey, black and white, that dull, that depressing world. You feel like you've lost everything. You feel like that you don't have anything. And you feel lost. You feel alone. And it is very hard to be grateful when you're in that energy. But if we take the small steps every day to just be grateful, like we have so much to be grateful for, and that's what we forget. We're concentrating so much on the bills or the worry that we have about the job we don't like or the arguments that we're having with people. We just concentrate on what we don't have. We're in this victim mindset and we're feeling sorry for ourselves that we don't have the things we want. But when we concentrate so much on that negativity and that low vibration energy, we're only going to attract more and more of that into our lives. But when we start to feel gratitude for the simplest of things, and I mean the simplest of things, we have so much to be grateful for. Like, we're sitting here right now, you have a roof over your head, you woke up this morning, you're alive, you have a job, you're breathing, you have your dogs. Like, for me especially, I feel so blessed and so rich to have my two beautiful dogs. They're my children. Without them, I'd be nothing. But to me, they are abundance. They are what make me rich. My home, even my car, living where I do. These tiny, tiny little things I feel so grateful for. And even the simple thing of like bills. Stop worrying about bills and start saying thank you for having the money to pay that. Say thank you for having that electricity. Thank you for the internet to watch this video. Simple things like that make us rich, make us abundant. And I remember when I first started reading the Law of Attraction, when I first started trying to train my mind out of negativity, I was after going through another toxic breakup, and I felt so isolated and alone. My inner child was crying, so she was so lonely. But I felt so victimized, and I felt angry and upset with the world that everything was gone and I had nothing. And then, like, when I was practicing the Law of Attraction and starting to understand the importance of gratitude, I took a step back and I was like, okay, why am I crying? I'm after ending a toxic relationship. And I'm feeling sorry for myself. You know what I mean? And, like, obviously you're going to go through shit after a relationship breakup. This is a good few years ago now. But I started saying, I'm done now. This is the best thing that's actually ever happened to me because I'm not stuck in a toxic relationship. And then I started to look around at myself and say, wow, why am I feeling so sorry for myself? I have the roof over my head. I have a car. I have a job. I have my beautiful dog babies and I have great friends and family and support. I am rich. And that's when I started to realize that the most tiny, tiny things we have in our lives we have to be grateful for. And this started to make me feel joy and love for my surroundings and my life again. And it made me, being in love, being in gratitude, being in that energy, attracted more of that into my life. And I realized that, like, love gravitated towards me then in all of the friends that I had and my family and my work. Everything just became more abundant because I stopped feeling sorry for myself. And we're so stuck in that mindset as well of, like, why don't I have this yet? Why don't I have this yet? But the more that you're reaching or desperately seeking something while sitting here feeling sorry for yourself, the more you're going to delay that process. And this is where gratitude journals come. Oh, gratitude journals are amazing. Like when I was going through, like obviously with spiritual journey, it's a roller coaster. It's zigzag, it's up, down, sideways, backwards. It's all over the place. So there are those days that you're feeling such fear and lack, and you're worried about the next thing. And like I've had panic attacks over certain things that I've been worried about. And one thing that I have found is the most instant reliever of any kind of stress or panic about stuff that I'm worried about is to write a gratitude journal. And now when I started writing gratitude journals, it was very simple. Like, because, you know, at the start you're like, oh, Jesus, I don't have much to write. And my God, if you write 2 things on this gratitude journal that you're grateful for in your life, eventually that list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you just can't stop writing, because it's the little things we need to be grateful for. The little things, hearing those birds singing, having the food to feed those birds. I'm grateful for that. When I open the fridge and there's food in the fridge, I just say thank you to the universe for having that food in my fridge. I say thank you for being able to turn on that electricity. If a bill comes, I say thank you for having the money to pay that bill. And another thing about, like, that's where, like, gratitude journals are, like, they're so uplifting so instantly. Writing down those things that you have in your life that you have to be grateful for. And there's so much. That's the thing. We don't think there's anything when we're in that low vibrational energy. But there's actually so much. And like when you start writing it down and seeing how much you actually do have, your mind would be blown, because you're like, yeah, okay, things aren't all that bad. And they're not all that bad. Like, you know, we feel so sorry for ourselves when, and I hate saying these kind of words, because I'm not, you know, I understand mental health. I understand what it's like to be in that bubble. But our minds are so powerful. Like, we have the biggest healers right here and right in our hearts as well. Because when we live in love and gratitude, we can bring in so much magic and miracles into our lives. So, you know, it is the power of our mind that can heal our depression and anxiety. It really is. We don't need drugs. We don't need pharmaceutical drugs. We don't need any kind of external advice to heal our anxiety and depression. We just need to start rewiring our brains, retraining our brains into a positive mindset, because positive mind leads to positive outcomes. And that's a fact. The more positive we are, the more positive our lives become. And this is why gratitude is so important. And what I love about gratitude as well, you can actually wish something in. You can gravitate something into your life by acting as if it's already yours. So not only do a gratitude journal for the current things that you have to be grateful for, because this will actually lead to more to be grateful for, but also to write things as if they've already happened. So like certain things that you want to bring into your life, even if it's the craziest thing you think that you can't think that it will ever happen, write it down as if it's already yours. So say, like, thank you for my new career that I love. If you're in a bad job and you want to get a new career. Or thank you for this loving relationship that I'm in. If you're single and you want to gravitate in a loving relationship. Thank you for this beautiful holiday I'm going to go on. Like, but just say it as if it's already happened, if you get me. So like, thank you for that wonderful holiday. Thank you for the equipment I need for my new job. Thank you for the confidence I feel to manifest in this new career. This kind of stuff. And like, I've read back, I came across a lot of paperwork lately, and there was loads of old gratitude journals there. And there was also a bit of my old journaling as well. And like, I could feel my energy, my past energy. And it's gaslight, because a lot of stuff I wrote a few years ago, it was like my past self was writing it for now, for my future self. So to be able to look back on a gratitude journal, knowing that I wrote it before I had anything in it, and then looking at it going, oh my God, I have all of that now. And you're like, whoa. Like there's this quote, I can't think of I'm not sure of it word for word now, but remember the time you wished you had what you have now. You know, that kind of way. There was a time when you didn't have what you have in your life right now, and you were wishing that in. you are vibrating that in. And then you can look back on those gratitude journals and you can go, oh my God, I was in such a low space back then. I had nothing, or I thought I had nothing. But from writing this gratitude journal and writing stuff that I wanted to gravitate in, manifested that into my life. And you look back now and you're like, whoa, my God, things have changed. And like the stuff that I was reading as well, like as I said, I could feel my energy. And there was a time, and even when I relapsed between, say, we'll call it 2021 and this time in 2023, I had a major kind of, it kind of seemed to keep going down rather than spiral. You know, it was like, instead of being a roller coaster, it was like just down. And that's the way it felt for about 2 years. And I lost my way. I genuinely lost my way. I forgot. The stuff I once wanted seemed to just blow up, and my goals kind of went to shit. And I had to start again. Because I didn't know what my future looked like. And because I became attached to toxic energy, and then I had a fear-based entity attached to me as well, I ended up spiraling. And I kept going down and down and down and down and down and down and down until there was no way out but up. And I look back on the stuff I wrote then, and it was like, please, I was asking the universe, I was asking the angels, please show me the way. Please show me, you know, what I have to do next. Show me my life purpose. And then there was the gratitude journal that I wrote. It's like, thank you for me being help others. Thank you for me discovering my life purpose. All this kind of stuff. And I could feel my old energy. I was so scared back then. I was so petrified. I was lost. I was completely lost. And like, this was a few years into my spiritual journey. But I got so lost. But with these gratitude journals, I mustered through. I pushed myself through. And, you know, every time I felt like a bill came in or something and I was feeling that stress and that anxiety and that fear-based energy, I would write a new, fresh gratitude. Just say thank you for this, and this, and this. And like, that was the thing as well. Like, there's actually specific as well, because like, there's one I wrote, thank you for my new car. Thank you for my 06. I wrote down the year I wanted. And a 06 car with an NCT. And like, literally, I ended up getting a 06 car with an NCT. You know what I mean? So like, this, like, to me, like, looking back on that, and I looked out the window at the car and I'm like, oh my God, I literally wrote that down when I was between cars. And like, I needed a car quick, like, but I was afraid that I wouldn't get it. And I live in the countryside, so I needed my car quickly. So like, to write this down and to write down specifically, thank you for my 06 car with an NCT. I just wanted to go up one more year. That's all I wanted. Like, you know, I'm happy enough, like, and you know, that kind of way. And I literally manifested the car I wrote down, you know, and like, this is it. You can make specifics. You can specifically write, thank you for this specific thing, as if you already own it. And boom, you have it back in your life. And it's beautiful. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have that, you can bring this stuff into your life magically. Gratitude is a miracle. It's the miracle ingredient. It is that magic potion that we all have to create a better life for ourselves. And that's the whole secret. We live in this old reality, this 3D reality where life was about fear, lack, greed, pain, struggle. And we have the power within our minds to create miracles, magic, opportunity, love, abundance. Everything we've ever wanted is right at our fingertips if we rewire our brains into positivity instead of negativity. Now, like I've said this before, like, if you replace, this has helped so much with anxiety. If you replace every negative thought with 3 positive thoughts for 30 days, you will, every time you think negatively, replace it with three positive thoughts for 30 days. This will rewire your brain. But you need to train yourself, because we have been brainwashed for generations. We've learned this toxic behavior for generations. And now we're getting to retrain our brains, rewire our brains, train our beliefs, recreate new beliefs. You know what I mean? We can recreate a new life for ourselves, recreate this new version of our reality. We can change what was into what we want to be. We are what we choose to become. And that's a fact. That's one of my favorite quotes as well. We are what we choose to become. And we can become anything we want with the power of love and gratitude. So start by being grateful for those little things in your life. Because we are already abundant. We are already abundant with so much that we already have. And if we keep thinking about the things we want or we don't have in our lives, we're going to delay this progress even more. Start thinking about what you do want. Stop saying, why can't I have this? If you keep saying, why can't I have this, you are actually driving it further away. Stop thinking about what you think you don't have and start thinking about what you do have. Start being grateful for what you do have in your life. And, you know, it starts with you. It's with your mindset and your attitude to gratitude. Because that's what it is. It's like what we believe, we attract. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible. But we need to start creating and attracting in that better reality for ourselves. So act as if it's already yours. Start that gratitude journal today. Start by saying the things that you're grateful for now. And then add to it. Add the things that you want in your life and say thank you as if they're already yours. And it will amaze you, because when you look back on those gratitude journals of the wish ones, the ones you want to manifest into your life, that's when you'll look back and you're like, oh my God, I have it now. And there is, as I said, there was a time when I was writing this stuff that like I didn't think it was possible. I was sitting there so low vibrational. I was sitting there so anxious and so worried, so fearful that I couldn't manifest into my life. And I was going through such a spiral in energy that the only way for me to feel a little bit better instantly was to write down, thank you for, like, because if I was worried about a certain thing coming up, or a certain bill, or certain tests, or whatever it was, you know, exams or anything like that, the test for my car, stuff like that, I was living in such this fear-based energy that all I could do was worry about it. So what I did instead of worrying was say, thank you for my car passing the NCT, thank you for my successful application to this, that, the other, thank you for money coming in abundantly, stuff like that. And you know, all of it, I look back now and as I said, I feel the energy of how I felt back then. I never thought I could get out of that hole. I never thought I could get out of it. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy because I did get out of it by those little bits of gratitude. And as I said, I know what it's like to live in that bubble. And I know what it's like to think, oh, you know, that life is miserable, or this, why is this happening, this, that, the other. Do you know? And I know what that's like. But when I started to live with those little bits of gratitude and say thank you for everything. Thank you for every little thing. And now every time I have a win, I say thank you, because I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so grateful for my life to be coming up better than it was, because I started to use gratitude again. And as I said, I know what it's like, because I was in that bubble of fear and lack and that, just that fear, that spiraling fear mentality. And I was like that, and I was like, how do I get out of this? And then I remembered gratitude. The only way to get out of that hole, that negative energy, that fear race, that lack mentality, is to say thank you and be grateful for what you have already. The more you have gratitude for what you have in your life, the more the universe would bring in what you want, more of what you want. And it's that magical, and it is that easy. You can have the life of your dreams if you just say thank you right now for what you have. And that's it. We're already rich, and we need to understand that we're already rich. We already have abundance in our lives, with the love that we have, with our dog babies, with our family, with our friends, with our children, with our home, with our jobs. And we can manifest in anything we want with the power of gratitude. Gratitude for our current situation, but gratitude for what we want to vibrate in. Gratitude is the only attitude. It is the only thing we need to manifest beauty and abundance into our lives. So start today by feeling grateful for what you already have. Because I guarantee you, once you start writing that gratitude list, once you start writing that gratitude journal, you will start to realize how abundant your life already is, how magical your life already is. Start being grateful for those tiny little things, because as we are grateful for those little things, the universe will bring in more and more for us to be grateful for. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this helps. And if it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my page. And if you would like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks. See you again. Bye-bye.